when I came into the department, one of the things that worried me was that the HOD of human settlement was in an acting position. The HOD of COGTA was also an acting person. And they used to joke and call it Hollywood, everybody's acting. CFO acting. Just when I came in, on the eve when I was coming in, a new one was appointed. Hardly 3 weeks, a new one was appointed to act. Then I said, let's advertise the post. But I'm pleased to say the first step in a turnaround is stabilize top management leadership. And that's what I did when I came in. Today, 2 months, the HOD of COGTA started 2 weeks ago. The one of human settlement started yesterday. And I've appointed the 2 HODs. That is a very important rule of thumb in major interventions. Because if you don't, 6 months, 7 months, a year or 2 down the line, you bring in new people, you have to brief them. And I can tell you, in 100% of what you say, they'll hear 20%. So it is always important to make sure that you have top management, they buy into the vision, into the ideas, into what you're trying to do. If everybody is acting, that organization is not ready for a major intervention because you need to stabilize top management posts. The challenges that faces Gauteng province with respect to both COGTA and human settlement is one. There's only one challenge. That challenge is called changing and transforming the spatial patterns in Gauteng province, both of settlement and, of course, of industrialization. Where do we put malls? Where do we put businesses? Where do we put households or houses? This point, it was made by President Jacob Zuma. Those who read the State of the Province of the State of the Nation address, they'll find that point in the President's address. Very profound, solid point. Transforming spatial patterns. NDP, transforming spatial patterns. Minister Lindiwe Sisulu spoke about transforming spatial patterns in the province. Premier David Makura spoke about that point. Minister Pravin Gordhan last night in the NCOP spoke about that question. Now, that is the main issue in Gauteng. How can we do it? This point has been spoken about for many years. Alexander still looks the same. Beggersdal still looks the same. Vosloorus still looks the same. Many of our black big townships basically still look the same. Hillbrow looks much more worse. And many of the inner cities. The point I'm trying to raise is, one of the big problems that we have in our country is, what does it mean to transform and change the spatial patterns in our province? Where are good business people, very dynamic, very creative, very sophisticated, to say, we can help government to make sure that the architecture of the landscape in our province looks differently? Is there someone who can say, I want to try and see if we can turn around Alexander? The big problem we have is that the inner cities are decaying, the old townships are decaying, property dealers are moving into the new suburbs. There are also shack lords who are moving around communities, building informal settlements all over. I know that big business has moved out of the city of Johannesburg into Sandton. But the same problems in Sandton, I'm starting to see them at Mandela Square. How far north are we going to move? Be careful of Diepsloot. You could come out just next to Sunnyside. How far are we going to move and where are we going to move to? Because the use of land management, land usage in Gauteng province is driven by people who do illegal occupations of land, put informal settlement. They know the value proposition. If you move, occupy land, illegally built informal settlement, shacks there, government will come with water, electricity poles, it will put what they call VIP toilets, then next time is RDP houses. And then, of course, the property developers and the banks, they know, get a nice suburb, start a new place, the middle classes and the rest of the people that are okay will move in. Government built massive RDP houses across the province. If we were the Northern Cape, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But unfortunately, we're Gauteng province. We are the biggest province with, in terms of population. We are the smallest in terms of land. Where are we going to put industries in future? Where are we going to put houses? How can we make better use of our land? And of course, the more we use land the way we're using it, the more the prices skyrocket, and that affects our economy.